Pokemon Sword and Shield's Isle of Armor has 210 Pokemon in the Pokedex. Excluding the Galar Dex, there are 100 new available Pokemon, of which there are 83 Overworld static encounters, of which there are 47 Rare Overworld Spawns, of which there are 34 exclusive Final Form Spawns that can appear in static encounters in the Overworld in Pokemon Sword and Shield's Isle of Armor. That is what we are going over today. Don't fast forward. If you fast forward, you're not going to know exactly what I'm talking about here. Now hear me out. This is inherently going to be similar to my all 111 Rare Overworld Encounter Pokemon video that I did for the base game of Pokemon Sword and Shield. However, we're more or less focusing on the Pokemon that are final forms. I'm not going to lie, at this point in the post game, you probably have more XL candy than a diabetic child living in the Willy Wonka factory. But you know what? Some of these evolutions require specific items that are up to RNG, or they require trade evolutions, and you may not have a friend. That's what we're going to focus on here today. Not you not having a friend, but those Pokemon that you would need to trade for. First, who we're going after. The whole point of this video is to complete your Pokedex as easily as possible. We're going to be focusing on the Rare Overworld static encounter spawns, like the Onyx when you first stepped into the wild area. He is a Rare Overworld encounter, and he is in a static encounter space. Some of the Pokemon that I'm going to be talking about may occupy the same static encounter space. Also, some of these Pokemon only appear under certain weather conditions. I'm going to be going over all of that. See this tangle growth right here? Isn't it great just to see a Pokemon that requires a special way to evolve it just out in the open for you to catch? I think so. For all the Pokemon in this video, if you open up your Pokedex, Rotom is going to say he doesn't know where that Pokemon is. I do. And I'm not going to cover the Pokemon levels here because you're most likely in the post game and all these Pokemon are going to be level 60 and higher, with big exceptions to the one gigantic Wailord that apparently just cannot respawn ever. He's level 80, which is pretty neat, and unfortunately I ran away from him. Let's talk about weather conditions. Some Pokemon are only going to spawn in one specific weather condition. Some of them are going to spawn in more than one weather condition. I'm going to let you know one type of weather condition that you can find this Pokemon in, and I'm going to promise you that that Pokemon is going to be there in that weather condition. He could be other places, he could be other weathers, but I'm guaranteeing you one place, one weather condition. I did put out a video on how to choose the weather in the wild area, and a lot of you have seen that. And I also put out a video on how to choose the weather in the Isle of Armor. You can screenshot this right now. This is going to be pretty much all the days that you need to set your Nintendo Switch's clock to in order to achieve these specific weathers. In the Isle of Armor, there's no snow or hail, and Sandstorm is weird, but any Pokemon that requires Sandstorm, I'm going to let you know a specific day you could change your clock to in order to get that Pokemon with that weather in that area. Great. Now let's talk about force respawning. Some of these rare encounters occupy the same static encounter space, and you may want to catch one Pokemon and then another Pokemon from the same encounter space. There's a trick to force them to respawn. Save before you encounter the Pokemon so you guarantee that you catch it, otherwise you could reload your save. After you catch it, go to any active den or drop in a wishing piece. While offline, go to invite others, go to your dates system and time, go one day forward, go back into the game, exit out of the raid screen, save your game, press the home button, close the game, and reopen it. That should force the overworld encounter space to respawn for you. Then you could freely change your clock to whatever day that you want for the specific Pokemon you want. Some last notes. Unlike my last video, which went in the order of the wild area, I'm going to be going in Isle of Armor Pokedex order. I'm going to be excluding any Pokemon that were previously available in the Galar Dex. So we are only looking at the 100 returning Pokemon. And before you leave a smart comment in the video description like, oh, Pokemon Home exists. Yeah, it totally does, but not everyone has Pokemon Home in previous games. That's the reason we're making this video. Or it's just fun to catch these Pokemon again. The Pokemon's name and Pokedex number are going to be on screen at all times. That way you can follow along on exactly where in the Pokedex these Pokemon are. Almost all the Pokemon in the Isle of Armor can be found either by looking it up in the Pokedex or by these Rare Overworld Spawns. And then you have some common ones in the grass, and between those two you might need to breed a few down like Happiny, but other than that, you're good to go. And I want to say a really big shout out to my homie John Stone, fantastic YouTuber. Really helped me with his catch 'em all document on being able to catch all these Pokemon in the overworld. So shout out to him. Go check him out. He does a whole bunch of great challenges here on YouTube. And just like my last video, we have brand new merch at austinjohnplays.com/merch, including new starts. Great, that's my plug. Let's get on with the video. First up is Lopunny. At the challenge beach right at the entrance to the forest, you could find him, or her, during foggy weather. Great. Right next to where Lopunny was previously, on the other side of the rock during intense sun, you could find Lurantis. At Loop Lagoon during intense sun, you could find Talonflame just chilling at the center island. For Luxray, in the same exact place, make it a thunderstorm. Boom! Luxray, thunderstorm. Number 33, Alakazam. At the Loop Lagoon during normal weather, head to the back of that same center island in the Loop Lagoon, next to the giant tree back there, and he's just gonna be chilling there. And be careful, because he could just awkwardly teleport to you and catch you off guard. In the soothing wetlands next to the river, you can find yourself a Licky Licky when it's raining out. Druddigon is located in the Brawler's Cave, as well as some other places. If you head up the ramp, you're just gonna find him next to the big stone pillar. Sweet. Scolipede is in the Forest of Focus during overcast weather, just kind of hanging out right next to the bridge. And also there is a Mungus. Mungus is literally everywhere in the Forest of Focus. If you're looking for a Comfey, they're located at the Fields of Honor, as soon as you arrive to the island, like a good lay should be. Nice. That's during clear weather, by the way. Tangrowth is located in the Forest of Focus, that same one spot that Scolipede was at, and he's going to be appearing during intense sun. Zoroark is located at the Loop Lagoon during foggy weather. If you head to the back, where Alakazam was located, you can find him just chilling out here. Look at that sneaky boy. Snick-a-snick. If you're having trouble finding Starmie, you've obviously never ever been to Challenge Beach, because they're literally everywhere. At the Loop Lagoon, you can find yourself Magnezone, at the same location that Zoroark and Alakazam were, if it's thunderstorming out. I'm not too sure why I included Herder on this list, but I did. Anyways, he's at the bottom of the stairs, at the Trading Lowlands. And his evolution Stoutland is located also in the Trading Lowlands, right by the Dig and Paw. This is both during normal weather. Scizor is also found here in the Trading Lowlands, but during sandstorm weather. You can set your date to June 18th, 2020. And then it's going to be a sandstorm in this location. For Palossand, head to the Loop Lagoon during foggy weather, and at the isolated beach, where those logs are, not the cave entrance, he's just going to be chilling there. He doesn't move very fast. It's not much of a threat. Azumarill is located at the Challenge Beach during foggy weather. There's several of them by the river. They're kind of hard to miss, and they're also here during more weathers. You probably have this already. This isn't why you're watching this video. Poliwrath is located in the Brawler's Cave. It's an overworld static encounter just chilling inside. Boop, there he is. Looking all mean and vicious like he wants to punch you. And as soon as you head on out here, during the rainy weather, you're going to find Politoed in the Soothing Wetlands. That's probably one of the Pokemon you came for. That's a trade evolution with an item. Difficult to get, boy. Golduck is located in the Brawler's Cave right by the river. Down by the river. And if you head up the pathway just a little bit, good chance you're going to find yourself a Loudred. Exploud is not available as a rare overworld spawn, but if you catch this and level it up by 1, boom, you're good to go. Lycanroc can be found at Challenge Road as soon as you go to the top of the first set of stairs. He's a scary pupper. And then if you head down right back toward the cave entrance, you're going to find yourself a Mienshao? I don't know how to say its name. This thing. And then Naruto runs at you with its long sleeves. Okay, now we're getting to the Pot Bottom Desert. For Sandslash, if you hug the left wall during a sandstorm, you're going to find him after your second encounter, right after that Cobra. And then if it's going to be nice weather out, as in just clear weather, in the same exact location, you can find yourself Marowak. Also, if you're making it rain here, you can find yourself Crocodile. Weird enough, that's if you set the game to thunderstorm weather on July 15th, you get rain here. So that's how you can find yourself him. Honorable mention here, you can find Rhyperior. This is in the Galar Dex, but he wasn't available as a rare overworld spawn, only very, very rare in dens. On one of the shorter sand dunes here, during intense sun, you can find Volcarona, just floating above. Nice. Kingdra is located at the Honeycomb Sea during thunderstorm weather between two of the giant rocks. It's mostly under the water, kind of easy to miss, so don't miss it. If you're looking for Lilligant, it's located on Honeycomb Island, literally everywhere during clear weather. Very hard to miss. And the last one on the list is Executor, the island on the Insular Sea, also called Crown Island. It's a common nickname. During clear weather, he's just going to be chilling there. Sweet. Well, there you go. That was all the Final Form Evolution Pokemon in Pokemon Sword and Shield DLC's Isle of Armor. Sorry it took 3 days to get this video out, but first we had to figure out how to manipulate the weather properly, and then it was just a matter of figuring out all these locations without a data mine this time. Great. Well, if you found this video helpful, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button down below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. Until next time, Austin John out.